Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 52 of the Boonie Breakdown Podcast. The podcast where we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever gonna break it down. Can you guys believe we are halfway through season 3? That's right, it's halfway gone. We have about 9 more episodes left in the season, and I realized we had gotten to this point and I hadn't done a solo episode yet. So today, there are no guests. It's just some quality time with you and I. So it should be not too long of an episode, but it's just me, just Boonie. So we're going to get right into it and head right into Boonie's pick of the week. So this is something that I think I started doing in about the 10th grade. 10th grade was stressful. I think like out of all of my high school years, 10th grade was the year that put me through it. And so during the 10th grade year, I missed a lot of school and I got accustomed to having regular mental health days. And so that is my pick of the week. Mental health days. They are so necessary. They are so needed. In fact, this past Friday, I couldn't, so I didn't. And I called out and I used 8 hours and I felt guilt-free about it. Like I just couldn't do another thing for that place. And I had a mental health day and I slept in and I did some errands and I got caught up on a few things that I was behind on for the podcast. And just this weekend, I was reading an article that was saying in 2016, American workers lost 21 days on average of a vacation time. And that is fucking insane. Like I use every single hour that I'm accrue. I use them all. It's no such thing as me losing time because I use every single hour. And so to know that people are losing this kind of time on average every year is insane to me. So people start using your leave. Like if you die tomorrow, your job is just going to replace you. So do not feel guilty about taking your leave that you fucking earned and just taking a day. Even if you're not going on vacation, even if you're not going anywhere, just take the day, sleep in, don't do anything, or use the day to catch up on stuff that you've just fallen behind on. But ever since 10th grade, have learned how necessary mental health days are. So take them. You don't even have to plan the vacation. Although it could be bomb if you did like a staycation with your days and just like rented out a hotel room or something and just made it really, really dope. So that is my pick of the week. So now we're going to move into some housekeeping before I get into my show. And first, you guys are so funny. Episode 51 with Kenny or KG, whichever one you want to call them, but I have trouble with it, as you guys know. Talking about the vasectomy, you guys are funny. And I appreciated one person sent in a post saying that hearing Kenny say that if he had more kids, he would lose his mind, made them feel good about their decision as a couple to also have a vasectomy. They were saying it was a little guilt there at first that they were making this choice, but to hear that other couples did it as well made them feel a little better. So that made me feel good. And you guys are funny. Keep listening. You guys know I love getting the feedback. So shoot over an email. You guys still have the option to send me a voicemail if you just head on over to the booniebreakdown.com on every single every single page on the right hand corner. You will see a button that says send voicemail. You just click it, send a voicemail. Those are great. I love getting those too. I actually kind of wish I got more. I don't get as many of those as I would like. And I know it takes a few extra steps, but you could actually hear your voice on an episode. So how cool would that be? Also, since I just said we're halfway done season 3, I am not soliciting any more guests for season 3. But I am starting to solicit guests for season 4 of the podcast. So if there is someone that you would like to hear on the show, or if there is a topic that you would like to hear on the show, you guys know what to do. Go to thebooniebreakdown.com. It's a contact form. You can submit it there. or you can send an email to the booniebreakdown@gmail.com and I can consider it. But if you have a topic and you have someone who you think will be good to banter with me, even better. And if you know it's someone who's going to cuss, that's even fucking better. Okay. I always hate the people who like, not hate, but I'm always am excited at the people who feel comfortable enough to get a little loose with me on their episodes. So shoot those suggestions over. You know my motto, I'll always ask. All they can say is no or ignore me. And also this week on thebooniebreakdown.com, I did a blog post. As many of you know, or you might not know, but right now Mercury has gone retrograde again until about April 15th. And I did a post on my Instagram showing some of the crystals that I had charged up for this retrograde. And people had so many questions, and it was so many that I just felt like, okay, I can't respond to all of these individually. So what I did was I did a nice little Healing Crystals 101 post over on thebooniebreakdown.com. Go head over there, check it out. I'll link it in the show notes so you can go read if you have any interest in that. Also, so you guys know the deal. You need to start following. If you have not already done so, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. So on Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at The Boonie Breakdown. On Twitter, it is just Boonie Breakdown. When you share the show, you can use the hashtag Boonie Breakdown. You can use the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. And I love it when you guys tag me and stuff where you're showing, you sending your commentary for the episode that you're listening to. I love it, love it, love it. Also, begging. I feel like the begging for the reviews on Apple Podcasts is like one of my least favorite things. But that's another way. Like once you do it one time, you never have to do it again. So if you listen to the podcast in Apple Podcasts, you can head on over to the app, which you'll have to do though, because I have to do this refresher every now and then. If you are already subscribed to the podcast, you will have to type it in, search it, go to the page, and then you will have to scroll down. And in the new app, it'll say like, rate this podcast, tap those 5 stars. And then it gives you the option to leave additional words. That is like one of the best ways that you can help me promote the show is that when people find new shows with the algorithm in Apple Podcasts, they can go click the reviews and see what other people are saying. So if you have not done so yet, feel free, just head on over there, Apple Podcasts. If you do not listen to Apple Podcasts, you can do it on the Facebook page. I welcome all of the reviews. So that is it for me, guys, for this opening part. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys. So it's just a little quality time with you and I. It's been a while, right? And I always love the solo episodes because it gives me a chance to catch up, answer some of the questions that I've gotten that I just haven't had a chance to, or they didn't fit with the theme of one of the shows. And so this is going to be that episode. Kind of like, I've done it on the podcast before, a 5 spot, which I do on the blog post, but I don't even know if I'm gonna get to 5 points. So we'll see. But I'll definitely do some updates and answer some questions. And so the first question that I got was about the Boonie Breakdown Live. Yay. Which I am moving forward with plans. So as you guys all know, maybe you haven't because you missed the episode where I announced it, or you don't follow me on Instagram, the Boonie Breakdown live podcast will be happening on Saturday, June 23rd in Baltimore, Maryland. So again, if you're local or close enough that you want to drive on down, make it a little day trip, you can have some crabs beforehand, then come to the show. The show is going to start at 6 p.m. on Saturday, June 23rd. And here's a little tip. If you sign up for my newsletter on thebooniebreakdown.com, you will get first dibs to get tickets because there will be a limited amount of tickets available for the live show. So if you want first dibs at them, head on over to theboonieBreakdown.com, and on any page you should see a little thing that says sign up for the newsletter. Just put your email in there, and when tickets are live, it will only go to people on the newsletter first before I broadcast it anywhere else. Okay. But the question that I got about the live show was, would I be doing it on like Instagram Live? And would I be making it an episode on the show? And so both answers to that is no. I will not be streaming live the show, and I won't be making it an episode on the next season, because it will be in season 4 then. So sorry guys. Just how the cookie crumbles, right? So hopefully, people in the Baltimore DC area, I even think Philly people could drive down, Delaware folk, you can certainly drive down. But it definitely will only be a show available to those who are able to attend in person. But I will say I am really excited about the show. Some of the fear that I had, and I spoke about it in last week's episode, it's such a different thing, because it's so easy to sit here as I am right now on my couch with my laptop and a microphone and just kind of saying shit that makes some people laugh. But to do that where people have paid money and they've come out, and it's like, will it have that same appeal? Will it have the same authenticity? So those are the things that kind of give me pause and I'm afraid about, and I'm really working, and I'm very conscious of making it a good experience, because why wouldn't I? So yeah, those are all the things that excite me. But, I went and signed the contract 2 weeks ago for the venue, which was exciting. And while I was signing the contract, Rihanna was playing. So that was totally an omen. And last night I saw the first mock-up of the flyer, and it's so dope. It got me really excited. Like, I can't wait to put it out there, and doing all the work and setting up, the webpage for it and all that stuff. So the more work I do on it, the more I get excited about it. And I just can't wait to have a good time, and hopefully to meet some of you who I've never met in person, but you enjoy the show. Somebody else also asked me, would I be taking it on the road? I don't know that I have that big of enough of an audience to do it on the road, but we put that on 2019's agenda. That maybe by then, with the growth of the podcast this year, because it just keeps growing, that maybe that's something next year that we can do it in a few cities across the country. I know people, it's really big in Texas, it's really big in California, it's really big in Georgia. So maybe in those places, I don't know, but that's even scarier to me. So let me just get through this one show in my hometown with local people, with my friends who I know might buy a ticket. Let me get there first, and then we can think about where else this might morph into. But don't get me wrong, that's so exciting, and it's great to hear that even if it's just one person who asked that question, that's dope for me to hear. That it's one person out there somewhere who would love to have the chance to do a Boonie Breakdown live experience. But yeah, let me get through this first one first, and tweak some things, and make it as great of an experience as possible for all of you guys who come out. But yeah, I don't have any intention of sharing what happens at that show as a podcast episode. All right. So next thing that came up, before we get into this next thing, because I'm gonna save that for the last night, I came home yesterday, and I took this long nap, and I ended up being up really, really, really late last night. And I decided to watch the Roxanne movie on what's it called on Netflix. Yeah, I could have totally had a V8. Like, I did not enjoy it at all. I think that this when it went off, I was like, that was it. Like, what? I'm confused why it got critical acclaim. I honestly think it was extremely anticlimactic. It was one of the saddest fucking movies I've ever seen. And honestly, the way it was portrayed, it could have been anyone's story. Like, I don't feel like after watching that movie for whatever 90 or 100 minutes that I know anything more about Roxanne Shante than I already didn't know. And what of her story they showed, it just didn't make sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. Everything ain't for everybody, but I was just really upset. Like, that's all it was. So it gets a womp womp from me. Let me know. Did you guys like it? Did you check it out? Because I'm not here for it at all. And I think somebody too, like, it just felt so incomplete. Like, I just feel like they could have done so much more with her story to what they showed. It could have that shit could have just been just another girl from the IRT, honestly. Like, y'all had to have seen, like, tell me y'all seen just another girl from the IRT. I feel like my mom played that movie for me when I was like 13 to be like, don't get pregnant, bitch. But that's honestly what this movie could have been. Just another girl in the IRT. Yeah, so you can skip it. I don't think you'll miss anything by not watching Roxanne. All right, guys. So next up, I had a question. And so I'm going to read this. And it says, "Hey, Boonie, I'm new to your podcast and I found it from Raina's shout out on the Dreams and Drive podcast. I've listened to a handful of your episodes trying to catch up and I really enjoy your voice. I just listened to your birthday episode, happy belated birthday, and I love the breakdown you did of your SMART goals for 2018. It was super helpful, but I am curious of some updates, in particular on your love life goal. You stated that you needed to do better in dating and go on real dates. Just curious if you've had any success there. Let us know, Brenda." All right, Brenda. So first, Brenda, thank you for acting on Raina's shout out on the Dreams and Drive podcast. I've actually shouted her out. And it's funny that you listened to the birthday episode because that's the episode in which I shouted her out as well. So I am happy that you've come on over and joined okay, so I had just had two thoughts at one time. So sorry. So I'm just so happy that you've come on over and started listening to the Boonie breakdown. So welcome. So that's number one. The second thought I was just going to say that popped in my mind. Someone said I should start calling the Boonie breakdown community the Ratcheteers. Which I thought it was so corny and so cute. So we're gonna let that motto. Y'all let me know if y'all want to be called the Ratcheteers. But back to Brenda's question. So thank you for the birthday wishes. And you want to update on my love life. Okay, so I have to admit I had to go back and briefly listen to that episode because I wanted to hear what I said so I can respond back to this question. And I went and I listened, and pretty much my goal was I was going to date with intention and go on real dates. And so I'm kind of laughing at myself now, only with 3 additional more months of wisdom. And I kind of wish in that moment I had described what a real date was, because I'm sure there was some context or something in my mind that made me distinguish a real date from a fake date. Like, I'm really curious what my thought actually was there, Boone. Right. So dating. I will say I am dating. Not multiple people, but I have been dating just one person in particular. And it's cool. It's cool getting to know. And it's so funny because that's the one part I hate about dating is like you really have to like get to know people and they have to get to know you and they need to know like what turns you on and what turns you off. And there was one little bump in the road and I thought I had addressed it in a manner in which he received it. And maybe he did. Maybe I was too cute. I was too laughing or whatever. I don't know. Maybe my delivery was off. But then that issue happened again. And so this was my time. And I was very stern and very clear. And let me tell you what you're not going to do with me. Because if this is the kind of behavior that you wish to do, then you can take that on and you can go do that with someone else. But that's not what I'm going to put up with or accept in this dating exchange relationship that we're doing. So yeah. So things have turned around. I think he got the message loud and clear this time. Which is great. Now here's the thing. I saw one person did send a little message and I think it must have gotten cut off because you submitted it through the contact page on thebooniebreakdown.com. But you pretty much were kind of saying you heard Kenny in the last episode say, new year, new things. And I've said that before in an episode, so you wanted to elaborate. And that's kind of been my mantra, especially with dating, because I am very quick to cut people off and they will never hear from me again. And for me to have even given a second chance and to give that person the opportunity to turn around and correct the behavior that they were doing that I did not like. That's a big win for me, especially in dating. Because normally I'm like, oh, fuck this shit. Fuck that nigga. I'm out. And so the fact that I'm even still entertaining, he should thank Kenny. Honestly and truly. But I will also say Kenny gave me a sage piece of advice because you guys may or may not know this about me, but I am a very sexual person, a sexual being. And y'all gotta lean in close because I gotta whisper this to y'all. I gotta, come on. I don't want everybody knowing my business. But this is like one of the longest periods in which I've dated someone and I've not had any type of sexual relations with them. Okay. And so I am kind of happy that I did move at sort of a glacial pace. For me, this is a glacial pace. And so I will say Kenny was right. Y'all don't tell him though. Don't tell him for me. But I am happy that I did take his advice in this regard and kind of baby stepping and baby walking with this one. But let me y'all gotta lean back in because I gotta tell y'all another secret. Like, come on, get close. This is between you and I. So Boonie just went and got a Brazilian. Yeah, so that glacial pace, yeah, that might be over soon and very soon. So, but can we just talk about that for a second? Because I don't know how many guys actually do body hair removal, and I know quite a few women now. They're into the waxing, whether they get bikinis, Brazilians, French bikinis, etc. But it is something when you get a wax, you walk different. Your step is a little bit lighter. It's less friction. It's just really a good time in your life to just want to walk. And, I feel like myself again. Yeah. So, because I feel like that's always an excuse, right, ladies? When you're dating, you'll be like, ooh, I haven't waxed, I haven't nared, I haven't trimmed up down there. So that's one less barrier when you want to jump his bones, but you're trying not to. You're trying to have some restraint. So you're like, woo, that area down there, it ain't cleaned up. But as soon as you get that Brazilian, it's a ticking time bomb. So yes, I digress. But Brenda, I say all that to say that, I have been trying. I don't know. Not that I don't know, but I haven't had the opportunities where other people have piqued my interest enough to continuously date them. But you do the phone conversations, the text, maybe go out once, and then it's like, you know what? I really did not like you. And so I kind of feel like I don't want to continue with those people if I don't like them, if I don't feel a connection. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. And so Kenny thinks I'm crazy. Um, you guys clearly see that I use him as a sounding board for all my dating woes. Like, literally, he knows where the bones are buried. So yeah, I guess I'm pleased with my progress on that front. But I'll let y'all know if he get to go to Brazil. I'll let y'all know. I will say, just overall, dating this time around, like, I just feel like I'm way more clear on what I want, what I'll tolerate, and what I won't tolerate, which is super helpful because it allows for transparency, and it puts the ball in the other person's court to say, are you going to rise to the occasion and be decent and be fair and not waste my time? Or are you going to go and take the easy route and go after the girls because you're such a good catch on paper that with girls or women in general, you don't have to try much and they're okay with that? So those are your two options. But what you're not going to do here with Boonie is you're not going to give me anything less than what I want and what I need. And so I feel like that is how I am dating with intention right now. But I will say, I am curious to see where this goes, if it goes anywhere, or if, in 2 weeks I meet someone else and it's like, you know what, you are bomb as fuck. And I'm gonna, go with you and explore what options lay ahead there. So Brenda, yeah, thanks for sending in your question and your update. I kind of hadn't thought about it. And like I said, I had to go back and re-listen to kind of what I had said in that episode. And I'm glad I did because I ended up listening to the entire episode again. And it was good to hear all of the goals that I had set, not only with my love life, but, with my finances and with wellness. And we're coming up on the end of Q1 for 2018. And so, Brenda, your question to me was timely. It was appropriate because in the next week or two, I will definitely be taking the time to reassess, evaluate, do some checking in on the goals that I had set for myself for this year. And so I really did appreciate and thoroughly enjoy that question, and even going back and listening to my birthday episode. So yes, Brenda. I always want to say Brenda's got a baby. But Brenda, so thank you for sending your question in. All right. And before we wrap up this episode, I just have to do a rant on something that is just fucking really, really pissing me off right now. And so Instagram is doing the most with the algorithm. And I know I said, I think on my Insta Snap, I said, I understand why they have this algorithm from a brand perspective, because, your content doesn't die at the end of the day. But as a user, it sucks when it's Friday and you fucking see a post that's labeled Travel Tuesday. Well, no, because it's Friday. It's no longer Travel Tuesday. Why am I looking at a 4-day-old post? Well, it came out this week that they've heard our cries and they're going to work on the algorithm so that you see posts that have been posted within the 48 hours first and older content later. Okay, cool. That's a small win. But what the fuck I don't understand why Instagram cannot attack are all these fucking China Virgin Hair Factory, Russian hair factory people that keep following me on Instagram. Mink virgin hair, this virgin hair. Stop fucking following me. Every single time one follows, I report it as spam. And as soon as I report it as spam, then 6 more accounts follow me. Like, what the fuck? And then I question some of you motherfuckers who, when I go to the page and I see to go hit like report as spam, I see y'all dumbasses following the page. Like, people really need followers that bad that you will follow back an account that literally is FBG, FKTBZ. Like, what the fuck is wrong with us? So I implore you, Boonie is asking each of you to do your part to combat the spamming of the hair accounts on Instagram. Then whenever one follows you, you hit report, it's spam, bam. That's all you have to do. Some of y'all are thirsty as fucking shit. When I see y'all names talking about followed by, you're really following a page that posts different images of mink virgin hair and different plastic bags with the same tired ass purple or green banner that has a WhatsApp number and a website. Grow the fuck up, okay? I am floored. I really am floored that we've become that thirsty as a society that you would really follow these bullshit ass hair accounts. And I'm pissed at Instagram. Like, why the fuck can't they stop this shit? You know, like, you really can't do nothing. Like, it really followed 15,000 people in a week, and y'all can't stop the shit. I just don't know what's going on Instagram right now. And then you're hearing all this shit about the fucked up shit Facebook did. And you know, Facebook owns Instagram. It's like, are they in on this shit too? Like, my fucking God, this is that, you know, I've totally gotten over the algorithm, but literally these hair accounts, that's what's going to drive me over the edge. And it's like, I need Instagram because it's how I share my content for the podcast. It's how I connect with some of you, to chat with you guys on a weekly basis or daily basis even. But God damn, Instagram, like, this is literally just out of control right now. I can't even take it. And also, while I'm ranting about this, also the people who fucking follow you, then unfollow you, and then they follow you again, and then they unfollow you, and then they follow you again. That's not going to make me hit the follow button either. Y'all can stop that dumb shit too. Okay? I literally have 3 accounts that have been doing this to me for the past week. Stop. I went to your page. I don't like what you're posting. I'm not following it. Just let it go. You constantly doing this. So I messaged one person, like, please stop. Like, I don't need a follower that bad. Stop. And they blocked me. But it really is interesting how much we wait and how tied in we get into this social media shit. And the shit is just all dumb as fuck. Like, God, but you know, Instagram really, really, really has to do something about these hair accounts. Like, I think Brian shared a post on his Instagram with the Arthur hand and a gun in it. And it was like, if one more hair account follows me. That's literally how I feel now. Like, I just feel like it's taking up too much of my time to have to report it. But it's the only way I feel like we'll get this tragic period in Instagram history to stop. Yo, I really just cussed out. I make my own self laugh. I hope y'all laugh. But those really be the accounts. Like TZXX23CDB. And then you click it and it's hair. Get the fuck on. I'm just so tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this podcast, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the Boonie Breakdown podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, or any other app that you love listening to your podcast on. Don't forget, those in the Baltimore area, mark your calendars for June 23rd. Like I said, if you sign up for the newsletter, you will get first dibs on tickets because there are a limited amount of tickets, okay? And Once you're done marking your calendars, don't forget to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or on the Facebook page. You might just hear it on the next episode. And follow us on social media. Share the episode with those you love and those you don't love. I don't make those pretty images and audiograms for nothing. Have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. Until next time.